Xfinity Live, and they are alive. Watching Matt Strom take on Vaughn Grissom, and you know what happened. Check swing, strikeout. Phillies win 3-1. They are back in the NLCS, second straight year. Your Philadelphia Phillies are part of baseball's Final Four. This was a game that looked like, almost from the beginning, that the Phillies were going to take it. We got a little nervous in the later innings. Ricky's giving me a look. I hear you. But we sensed it. We felt it. We knew it. At Citizens Bank Park, where there is such a clatter, where there's such glitter and sparkle, and it's a special, special feeling to see postseason baseball continue. The Phillies are now the team with the home field advantage. Who'd have thought in the National League Championship Series? And we welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by our friends at Cure Auto Insurance. Ricky Bowe, Ben Davis, and Ruben Amaro Jr. We're at the ballpark in a moment. We'll get all the celebration. We have a team of reporters over at CBP to celebrate the second straight NLDS championship for the Phillies. Now on to the NLCS. And look, you got to call it the way it is.
You're out of your mind.
I am out of my mind, but you got to call it the way it is. The Philadelphia Phillies are one of baseball's power elites. You can't get to the Final Four 2 years in a row and say, it was kind of lucky. And no, they gave it to the Braves. Braves tried their butts off, and the Phillies took it.
Well, you look at some of the big names in these games. Just look at the big names in these games. Acuna, Olsen, Harper, Castellanos, Turner. You tell me who came out on top. I think it's that simple. The big names, the so-called MVP, didn't show up for the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
But on the other side, for the Phillies, I mean, you had Turner show up, you had Harper show up in this series, you had Casty for sure show up in the series.
That dude
Ranger
is
Suarez. Raking. Ranger is the best pitcher on this team.
Look at these guys.
I don't care what you say.
Easy.
No, I'm going to be completely honest. The Phillies outpitched this Braves team by 1.5 miles, but the offense was there behind them the whole way.
When you look at Trey Turner, what he did tonight, Nick Castellanos, Taijuan Walker didn't see a pitch. But you know what? He's there, and who knows what will happen in the NLCS and in the World Series. And this is a team that will now compete for another World Series title. And Topper, you say what you want about Rob Thompson. He has his finger on the pulse of this team. He pulled the strings to a fare-thee-well. And you sat there and you think, I don't know if it's going to work. You use Soto to close. You use Strom to close. You bring Kimbrel in earlier than he's normally in. You use Alvarado for 2 innings. He did all that, and it worked.
By the skin of their team.
There it is.
Unbelievable. This had so much in it, but the bottom line is the Phillies pitchers, for the most part, with the exception of the walks tonight, they shoved this entire series. Look at this. 143, 154. 0-0-0, 154, 143, 143. It's unbelievable. You're talking about a team that hit 307 home runs in the regular season. They hit 3 in 4 games. 3. And Austin Riley hit 2 of them. So this is a ball club that just, they had their number. The Phillies had their number again. And boy, I got more gray hair.
Wait, but it looks good on you, I'll tell you that. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Speaking of home runs, man, 11 home runs by the Philadelphia Phillies in the NLDS. 11, and 2 of them coming tonight from Nick Castellanos. Trey Turner hits another home run. Castellanos becomes the first player in baseball to have multi-home run nights in successive games. It's insane. And this guy, he's way better than Bryce Harper, I'll tell you that.
It really is insane. I mean, Casty certainly showed up. What he did and what he was able to do this entire, and I'm not surprised because he's one of those guys that has the mental makeup that things just do not faze him. He doesn't, the one thing that was phasing him when he first got to the Phillies was his comfort. Once he got comfortable here, he became the man. I mean, this guy had a heck of a year. We had an all-star season. He did struggle a little bit during the course of July and August, but then he came back and, he was just one of those guys, just extremely steady, and he was ready for the moment. And the fact that he came through the way he did. And I will say this, Michael, I always believe that it's always about the pitching. It's always about the pitching, and the Phillies starters were absolutely phenomenal in this series, and they have been in the postseason. And when you have quality starting pitching, then it gives those guys a chance in the back end to not have to force themselves to pitch so many innings. In this case, when Suarez was pitching, they did have to log a few, but my goodness, did they do a heck of a job.
Let me respectfully counter that, because it is always about the pitching unless your hitters can counteract, unless they have the antidote for good pitching, as they did against Spencer Strider, as they did against Max Fried. And we saw it in 2010 with the Phillies against the Giants. And Cody Ross beating that great pitching, how sick it made us. So sometimes good hitting can come back and withstand good pitching. It's not often, but when it happens, it's a thing of beauty. And
but when you look at you look at the games, they weren't really high scoring besides Game 3, where the Phillies scored 10 runs. I look at it this way: the Phillies have proven finally, and this was a fact I used to love to bring up, is that somebody will always step up in the lineup. If somebody's not going well, somebody else is there. You look at this series. Kyle Schwarber wasn't really here in this series, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Well, guess what? The Castellanos was, Harper was.
Turner was.
I mean, Turner was. So well, my whole point is, if one guy goes a little bit cold, there's plenty of guys to pick him up, and I'm sure that's how that team feels right now. I mean, Castellanos, team MVP. I mean, for me, all season long, didn't make an error out in the outfield all season long. He raked for the most part. He went in a little bit of a slump in mid to late season, but he got out of it in a hurry. And now all of a sudden he's in the playoffs and he's playing. I mean, it almost looks like he's playing with sheer just having fun out there. And that doesn't always happen in baseball. And I'm watching him. I'm watching Harper's just like on a revenge tour from last year. He just wants to bulldoze through everybody. But Trey Turner is kind of coming back from everything he went through in one season. He was 4 for 4 tonight. I mean, this is incredible. This is just really good baseball that the Phillies played in this series, and they beat a good team. I mean, a team that necessarily didn't come up in big spots. I mean, they had some big spots tonight. Acuna had a big spot tonight. Olsen had a couple spots. The big guys in that lineup, the Phillies shut down.
Can I give you some batting averages for the Phillies in the postseason? At 6 games worth, Trey Turner is only hitting 500 in the postseason. That is just sick. Bryce Harper, 368. Nick Castellanos, 391. Brandon Marsh, 357, albeit in limited at bats.
What's Castellanos' slugging percentage?
I don't have. Do I have it right here? I don't have it right. What is it?
1.000.
1.00 is his slugging percentage. And when you look at batting averages like that against playoff pitching, that's pretty special. The question is, does it carry over? The question is, we wipe the slate clean.
But you don't know that. You don't know if it's going to carry. Enjoy the moment. I mean, this team's going back to the NLCS again. That's what you should be worried about right now. Is that, hey, we got 3 days to chill about it, talk about it, and then they go out and play. And the best part about this is that all the lesser ranked teams win. All of a sudden, the Phillies have a home field advantage.
Yeah.
How does this happen?
Let's go across the street.
What are we doing?
Let's go. I'll tell you what we're doing. We're going to Tom McCarthy right now, standing by moments ago with Brandon Marsh.
Brandon, what do you think about this? It's like a big old party, isn't it?
Hey, this is what it's all about right here, baby. Philly Nation, you already know. Let's go. We ain't done yet. Love you guys. Let's go.
The amazing thing is that when this song plays, everybody kind of just stops and starts to rock and roll. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we love it too. We started dancing and stuff too. We saw Rowe out there in the top of the ninth getting jiggy with it. So we're going to keep riding, baby.
All right, tell me about that catch that Johan made. You were out there watching the whole thing. You had a front row seat to it.
Peace, love, Rojas, baby. That's it. That's just a big-time player making a big-time play in a big-time situation. Shout out to Rowe.
Well, so the outfielders got to go, and Castellanos had a pretty good swing tonight, huh?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, he was feeling it. We need that out of 8. Yeah. Eight's a ball player. That's what he does, man.
Well, so are you. Go enjoy it. Thank you, buddy. Brandon Marsh, everybody. It's a party.
Brandon Marsh, team member, because when you have a guy that sits more than he plays in the postseason, certainly in the second round, and is smiling like that, and who contributes the way he has in his limited play, how special is that, Mr. General Manager?
It really is, and you need all your parts, and that's exactly what this team is all about. It was a team. They had contributions up and down the lineup. like the entire season. If one guy was not doing the job, or for extended period of time, somebody else would pick them up. If one guy was getting hot, somebody would jump on his back. And so it was just really nice to see these guys and the depth of the lineup and the depth of the entire team. Everybody contributing, and that's what you have to do to be a championship caliber club. It can come from a lot of different spots. In tonight's game, Johan Rojas, did not swing the bat, didn't get one hit, but he was a hero in a lot of ways because he made a heck of a play and sort of saved the game on that Acuna fly ball. So it was a total team effort. I know this sounds cliche, but it's true. In this case, this is a team effort, and these a bunch of guys that really love each other. It's a wonderful thing to see.
Bryce Harper 1 for 2 tonight with 2 walks. He was on base 3 times. Of course, the big question is, how's his elbow? Here he is with John Clark a little bit ago.
Hi, we're here with Bryce Harper. First of all, a little scare. What happened there?
Nah, you just hit my funny bone.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm good. I was a little nervous, but I'm good.
Good. What can you say about this team to knock off the 104-win Braves this year and also last year to go back-to-back NLCS?
I tell you what, man, that is an unbelievable team right there. That's a great lineup, good pitching staff. That's an unbelievable team. I'm so proud of everybody on this team right now that we were able to do that and get the job done tonight at home. Without this crowd, without this team, we wouldn't have done that. Like I said, that's an unbelievable team over there. And for us to do that tonight, just another stepping stone to get into the World Series and doing that job.
Spencer Strider is unbelievable in the regular season against you guys. What is it about the postseason, especially here against them?
He's still really good. That's the thing. Like, anything can happen in these games. Anything can happen in postseason baseball. Everybody knows that. I mean, he's going to probably end up winning the Cy Young this year. You know what I'm saying? And he just did such a great job. And I thought we established it earlier that we're going to come at him. And Castellanos with the homer, Trey with the homer, and Casty again. That's what Casty does. That's why he's here. And that's why I wanted to play with him. Because I remember him doing that when we were 16, 17, 18 years old. And that's what it's all about.
Mr. Red October, right?
That's right.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Congrats. Thank you.
John Clark with Bryce Harper. And Bryce Harper, I thought it was interesting. He said to Spencer Strider, he said that guy was still good. He was good in this series, and he was good tonight. And I think it's important to point out, the guy is good. They beat a good pitcher who was good. 2.84 ERA in the playoffs is pretty darn good for Spencer Strider. And these guys came and they solved them.
He was awesome in these 2 games that he pitched with Spencer Strider. He was flat out awesome. He gave up 1 earned run in game 1, and then he gave up 3 earned runs tonight. I mean, the bottom line is he's got a 2.84 ERA. He threw 96 pitches tonight, 70 for strikes, and he had 19 swings and misses. He was excellent, but Nick Castellanos and Trey Turner were better on this particular evening, and obviously Ranger Suarez was a little bit better than Spencer Strider.
Yeah, and I love that. You said we take on their best, and they do the same, and when they both clash, you see where it lands, and where it landed was in the Phillies' favor.
They just do not match up with the Phillies. I'm sorry. This is 2 years in a row.
The regular season.
I don't care about what does the regular season mean? What have we learned? What have we learned from this season?
That's a great question.
But no,
I think it's ones that
teams that had won 92 games or more are 1-13 in the playoffs. 1-13, and guess what? All those teams now, bye-bye. You're all gone. You're all gone. Who's standing? The Fightins.
Yeah, you're right.
They're winning the World Series.
All right,
here.
I got some good news and some not so good. Here's the good news: is we got Topper addressing the team in the post game right now. We got. Now, here the bad news is you're going to have to listen to me lip sync what the heck Topper's saying to the team. But we'll get the audio later. This is off the Fanavision right now. But here's Topper in the clubhouse addressing the team, and Bryce Harper without a shirt. Look at that, Bryce Harper.
Dude's a rock.
My goodness, they're all Chippendales in there. They got the skin. Bryce. You can't hear Topper.
Well, that's all music.
I just heard stuff in the background. So. There's Topper, and he's making his toast, and he's holding the champagne bottle up, and they're all pumped. This is a bigger celebration each time they go to the next round. And, of course, once the corks come off, once the champagne starts to flow, then you better duck and cover. That's what happens. And if you're over there right now, it's going to be a lot of fun, as long as you're wearing a raincoat.
8 more wins. 8 more wins.
8 more wins. And they are champions of baseball. which will be pretty special.
It's
which
happening.
Will be pretty special. You think it's happening?
I do.
I know you don't say that type of thing.
I
Mikey.
never say that. I'm
Michael,
telling you,
how
I got a feeling.
come they're facing the best team in baseball with 104 wins? And there was never any doubt. Was there any doubt in anybody's mind in the city of Philadelphia they were going to beat the Braves? I mean,
No.
seriously, none of us thought they were going to lose to the Braves.
No.
I mean,
No.
that says something about, the character of this ball club and the belief that they have in each other.
Yeah.
You had him in 4?
I had him in 4.
I had him in 4.
Yeah.
Ben had him in 4.
Yeah.
Mr. Non-Believer had him in 1.
He changed before
I did change before the game, but I did say originally 5. But I had them winning. I did believe that they were going to win because they have something that's very special. They have something that is immeasurable when you start talking about analytics and all that other stuff. But they have heart, and they have the belief in themselves, and they really love playing baseball with each other. And that's a really important element of championship caliber clubs. And you got that sense at the end of the year last year. They've carried it all the way through this year and to this very moment. And it's so fun to watch these guys throw that alcohol around.
It sure is. And from your perspective, guys, how much from what you've watched is analytics, and how much is it Rob Thompson's gut, and how much is it Dave Dombrowski's gut versus, okay, this guy's 233 against him. He's a lefty. We got to pull. How much of that is Topper pulling the strings by feel versus analytics?
I'm going to say feel maybe 55% analytics, 45%. There's definitely some analytics that go along with this. But like what he did tonight and what he did the first game that Rangers started in this, I mean, I find that a little bit under the crazy area. So
why 3 and 2/3?
6 relievers. The first night he threw in 6 when Rangers started that game. He threw 6 relievers after Ranger. Do you know how hard it is to have 6 relievers all pitch well in one night? Am I right?
Twice.
And
You've been
twice.
behind the plate for many years. How many times do you have a reliever? Even if one of those guys goes south,
It never works out, especially when you use both your closers in the 7th and 8th inning.
Yeah.
He used Alvarado in the 6th inning, or the 6th inning. He came in with the 6th inning with 2 outs, and then he pitches the next inning, and then Kimbrel's got to come in.
Yeah.
I disagree. I disagree on one thing. I think in a lot of ways, Topper actually has a feel for which guys he wants to line up against certain guys. I don't think that he necessarily looks into those numbers. I think he utilizes some of them, but I don't think that he rides on those. And I think it's more like 80-20 as far as 80 feel, 20 analytics, in my opinion, just because I know that Topper's the kind of guy that he understands the game. He reads swings. He sees certain things. Yes, there's a lot of information out there, and I'm sure he's looking at it and analyzing it. But I really do feel like that Topper is one of those guys that believes that there's a way to win the game early in the game, and there's a way to win the game late in the game. And in this case, I think he felt like he needed to utilize his guys early to get out of certain situations to get to the ninth.
But whatever he did, however he went about it, he did the right thing because they only gave up 8 runs to the Braves in 4 games. That is going about it in the right way.
I don't know about you, but I want a beer. I want some champagne.
I want to go jump in those
some pigs
tubs
and
of beer.
blanket. Yeah, look at that, man. And Kyle Schwarber soaked to the T-shirt, soaked down to the bone. They put the goggles on like they're going skiing, and they never lower them. They don't mind the champagne, apparently, right in the face. And it's just such to see unbridled joy like that we all are reflected in, we all bask in. And Bryce Harper,
he hasn't been this fired up in there. I haven't seen it. Good for him. Guys hitting bombs and drinking brews. Let's go. Attaboy, Harper. That's what I'm talking about.
I've never seen him drink before. Have you?
I don't even know if he drank. I don't know if he drank it.
Here comes the music. Let's listen. walk together forever, said the late, great Flyers head coach Fred Shero. And by the way, the Flyers won their opener tonight on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Win today, walk together forever, or in the Phillies' case, you dance together forever and you drink together forever, even if it's in your minds as you grow old. But this is a special time. And Ruben, I know you were observing while they were dancing. It's amazing, isn't it?
What is amazing to me is how physically close they are to each other. I mean, you can just sense like how like the brotherhood. I mean, usually, you know, guys are spraying each other. You see two guys over here, you see four guys over there. They're all just together. It's really amazing. I've never seen anything like it, and it's just the coolest thing. I mean, it's so cool.
It looked like a rugby scrum.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible, but you can see the way, as Ruben said, the way they feel about each other and how close they all are to each other, and they're united in one achievement and one goal that they still have to meet, and that's an awesome thing.
I get nervous being this close to you guys, for crying out loud. Although if we have some beers, hey, I'll jump on you. What the heck?
You got a real pretty mouth. All right, let's go one more time back to the clubhouse and check in with John Clark, who's with the closer extraordinaire, Matt Strom.
All right, we are here with Matt Strom. What a moment for you tonight. How satisfying.
Yeah, I mean, this atmosphere, this crowd, they make it unbelievable. They make it a joy to come to the park every day. A lot of work left for us, but again, this is what I came here for, so looking forward to what's to come.
How impressive was the entire pitching staff, starters and bullpen in this series?
Say that again?
How impressive was the starting staff and the bullpen in this series?
Yeah, I mean, our starters did an unbelievable job. I mean, anytime you got Wheeler and Nola, I mean, two workhorses to carry you. And then, I've been saying it all year, we got 5 closers down in that bullpen. Topper can pick a name out of the hat and run them out there.
The Braves had the most wins in baseball this year. Last year they had over 100 wins. Can you explain what happens to them when they come up here to Philly?
I mean, the fans, man. I mean, it's not an easy place to play if you're not wearing the right jersey.
How about what Nick Castellanos did the last couple nights? You as a pitcher, to be able to do that against the guys he did it against, especially Strider.
Yeah, I mean, that's a guy that you obviously see's locked in, and you might peek the dugout to see if your manager wants to walk him or not. But what Cassie's doing is unbelievable, and, you know, just hopefully we can keep doing what we're doing.
You talked about your role all year and it being whatever it was going to be. Did you ever envision it possibly being a moment like that?
I mean, you always dream of it, but when you got guys like Alvy and Craig Kimbrell in your bullpen, you don't really anticipate it happening. But you saw what happened today. We went to them early. Then you kind of look around, and it's like, all right, however the lineup matches up, that's how it's going to be.
Rob said this team gets punched in the mouth, and they get up. Talk about the resiliency of this club that continued to fight even after coming out of Atlanta.
Yeah, I think we just know what we have in this clubhouse. I mean, no one can tell us otherwise. That's about it.
And now you have home field advantage for the league championship series. What's it
John
going to be
Clark
like?
with Matt Strom. Matt Strom quote. Matt Strom quote from April. Quote, for me, I'm not worried about pitch count, up, downs, whatever. When the ball gets taken from me, that's when I'm done. I refuse to call myself a reliever or starter. I'm just a pitcher. Whatever they need it, I'm going to do it. And that's what he did. And that's a team guy. And there's too few of them in sports, especially professional sports today. But that is a team guy. Just tell me what to do. I'll help it any way I can.
And it's not just him. It's 26 of those guys in that clubhouse. And Brandon Marsh, I think, is a perfect example. Did not play really a whole lot in this postseason because of all the left-handed pitchers that the Phillies were facing. But yet he goes 3 for 4 last night with a home run. He goes 2 for 4 tonight and really getting on base. And he said, this is not the time of year to be thinking about yourself. You're trying to achieve one common goal, and that's a World Series championship trophy to get back to Mr. Middleton.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you saw some of the shirts that the guys are wearing. And I know Orion Kirkering, he didn't get into tonight's game, but he's going to get into the NLCS, you know that, the reliever, or whatever kind of pitcher you might want to call him, according to Matt Strom.
He's just a pitcher.
But he's just a pitcher.
Dare you call them
some of them are wearing, some of them are wearing shirts that say "Attaboy Harper" on one side, and on the other side, he said he didn't hear it.
He wasn't supposed to hear it.
He wasn't supposed to hear it, which is what Arcia said, Orlando Arcia.
See, I would wear one of those.
Yeah. You can't see it here. Now it's just, it's kind of turned into...
Oh, it is? No, Casty always takes over about this time.
Yeah.
And when it starts bumping, Casty takes over.
That's the Miami in him.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot of winning when you know what the trend of the party is.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, based on 2 years of accomplishment, and you know that Casty around midnight starts to take over the party in the DJ booth and get the shirt off.
I'm a little concerned. We've only seen one shot of Stubbs here.
Yeah, where's Stubby?
He's swinging from a light somewhere.
There he is. Garrett Stubbs in a beer shower, given to him by himself.
Oh, he is hilarious.
Kyle Schwarber wants to, and he's got extra beers in the
Don't
front
mess with
pocket
Schwarbsy
of his overalls.